What's good, Internet? It's Undead Games. My first experience with Splatoon was when I bought Splatoon 2 in March of 2018. Like a lot of Splatoon players, it took me a long time to try different weapons and figure out what I liked the most. I had a short romance with the Splat Roller, a longer relationship with the N-Zaps, and even a brief sordid romance with the Kensa Doolies. But there was only one weapon I fell permanently, head over heels in love with. The Splatling. Oh yeah. So, in this video I wanted to share with you why this weapon is cool, the different types of this weapon, and how to use this cool weapon. Just a note, in this video I'm only going to be talking about the 3 heavy Splatlings, but I do have a video just about the Hydra Splatlings, and perhaps I'll make videos for the Ballpoint and Nautilus Splatlings later as well. Part 1. Why this weapon is cool. The heavy Splatling is cool because it's a Gatling gun, but it shoots ink. You have to charge the weapon to use, and then it fires a ton of ink everywhere. Overall, you only need 4 hits to kill, and you get 4 full charges per ink tank. It also has a pretty sweet range, so you don't have to stand near any of your nasty opponents. It's cool because you're going to ink a lot more turf than weapons of a similar range, like Jet Squelcher or Chargers, and you're going to outrange weapons that have a similar damage output, like the N-Zap for instance. For reference, here are all the weapons you outrange in the game, and here are all the weapons that outrange you. This weapon is also great for dumbos like me that don't aim good. With a Charger, you basically have one chance to splat your opponent, but with a Splatling at full charge, you have, like, a lot of chances to splat your opponent. This means that even if you miss a shot or two, you can probably land a splat over the course of your full charge. The heavy Splatling would be a great gateway if you want to try out a long-range weapon, but are intimidated by the skill cap of Chargers. Practicing with a heavy Splatling has improved my aim overall in Splatoon 2. Part 2. The different types of heavy Splatlings. There are 3 heavy Splatlings in this game, and all their kits are pretty rad. The classic heavy Splatling is still one of the best support weapons in the game, because of its kit of Sprinkler and Stingray. Sprinkler inks a ton, especially with recent buffs, which means you can get to and hold on to your Stingray quickly. This is hugely important in modes like Tower Control and Rainmaker, where Stingray can quite literally end the game. Second is the heavy Splatling Deco, which is underused these days, but still a great option for certain maps for Clam Blitz and Splat Zones. The Splash Wall is a great sub-weapon for the Splatling, because it keeps you relatively safe from attacks that you would usually be vulnerable to. It allows you to stay out in the open longer than you ordinarily could, and is also a great means for using your Bubble special. The combo of Splash Wall and Bubbles can be a powerful tool for pushing, especially on maps with narrow passageways. Last is the Heavy Splatling Remix, which comes with Point Sensors and Booyah Bomb. Point Sensors don't do any inking, but they are great for sniffing out flankers, ninja squids, and sharking opponents. They're also helpful if your aim sucks like mine does. Booyah Bomb is a powerful special that is great for clearing out an area briefly. I was skeptical about the Splatling Remix at first, but so far I've had great success using it in all modes of the game, especially Clam Blitz. Part 3. How to use this weapon. I'm going to do my best to break this down into 5 basic rules. Rule 1. Stay back. The heavy Splatlings usually function as a support or anchor weapon in this game. Support roles traditionally stay back from the front lines, and instead assist their teammates in inking turf, being a super jump anchor, and calling out incoming enemies. More importantly though, as a Splatling with long range, you don't have to be close to your enemies. If you are close enough for something like Doolies to splat you, you are too close. Try to get used to the range of this weapon. Always make sure that shorter range weapons are in your range, but you are not in theirs. Rule 2. Don't die. As I mentioned, your placement as a heavy Splatling is usually as an anchor. Other players are going to be dying more often and will need a place to jump to. Often that place is you. If you die constantly, your teammates will have nobody to jump to. Furthermore, you will lose the precious special you hopefully have saved up. In a 1v1 situation, it can sometimes be better to jump back to spawn and regroup with your team than to lose your special and waste time. This is why Splatlings often equip a sub or two of quick super jump in their gear. Rule 3. Use walls and barriers. The key feature of the Splatling is its charge. It takes 1.25 seconds to reach a full charge, which doesn't sound like a lot until there's a Sploosh-o-matic with a Death Wish charging right at you. This makes it essential to charge the weapon in safety, and then emerge from the barrier already firing. This is a basic movement that you should master, because you'll be using it a lot. Rule 4. You don't always need a full charge. Of course, a fuller charge is going to be preferable because you can fire for longer, but you may find yourself in a situation when you need to get in a quick kill or quickly get out of a 1v1, usually when you're being charged at by an aggressive weapon. This is a great opportunity to do a half or quarter or even an eighth of a charge, which can often secure you a kill or an escape. It takes time, but it's important to learn exactly how much of a charge can secure you a kill. Rule 5. Beware of chargers. As splat chargers and E-leaders are the only weapons in the game that outrange you, other than the Hydra Splatling, they are your natural enemies. Chargers love to exploit Splatlings that are charging or stinging out in the open. There's not a lot you can do about this, to be honest, without the help of your teammates, but you can save yourself a lot of deaths by staying alert and using your special to flush the devils down from their perches. And that's about it. If you have any comments or questions about the heavy Splatlings, make sure to drop them in the comments below. Please subscribe for more Splatling content and check out the description for my Hydra Splatling guide and my Splatling aim drills guide. Peace!
Yeah.